welcome to Random Thoughts. Ray Sean Blyden here. Yeah, last Friday was not unexpected, but nonetheless, I was really upset and angry that day, but not the full day. Now, what I'm really focused on is being motivated. Very, very much so motivated. I am going to. So, if you're not a fan of Trump or you're anti Trump, you're not gonna like my channel because there's gonna be lots of Trump, anti Biden, anti establishment, anti judiciary conviction that are unfair. If you hate America, you're not gonna like this channel because we're going to be focusing a lot on this. I generally wanted to just, do other things, but the country's burning down and we can't afford to just let this happen because I repeat again, you can hate President Trump if you want to, but take a look at the big picture. And specifically, if you live in New York City and or you're a business owner there as well, you better understand that this can happen to you. You can go through the same thing. So, my advice, if you own a business in New York, say sayonara and move somewhere else. Florida, Texas, Georgia, somewhere else where they are pro business and they don't engage in nonsense such as this. They'll burn the entire country down just to say, ha ha, we got Trump, ha ha, you're a convicted felon. That's going to be the buzzword of the flavor. You are a convicted felon. Who's going to vote for convicted felon? I am. Why? Because it's nonsense. It's one thing if you were a convicted felon. Let's say, for instance, your name was Joe Biden, and you happen to. Well, I'm not gonna go there. YouTube won't allow me to say this, but let's just say a certain person's diary, certain things came out about that, and you got convicted of that. I wouldn't vote for someone like that. But I digress. Let's get to the story at hand, if I can find it. Here we go. DeSantis says one way or another, Trump will be able to vote in the state of Florida. While the left and its media acolytes have been busy, yay, we won in the past 24 hours over the fact that President Trump is now a convicted felon. Technically not true until the judge actually enters the judgment of conviction, but I'm sure that will happen shortly, no doubt. Many have been speculating as to what that means in practical terms for the former president. Well, sentencing is now set for July 11th, 4 days before the start of the Republican National Convention. Let that sink in for a second there. You don't think that these evildoers had a plan? He was convicted before it even started. They had a plan, and this is their plan to defeat President Trump from being in office. We can't allow them to win. Look at me. We cannot allow these evildoers to win. But this evil, slimy, slithering, not even a real judge, Juan Merchan, will do at that point. The conviction could impact some of Trump's rights, such as the right to carry a firearm, not really an issue for a Secret Service protectee, and the right to vote. Good gracious. Does that mean the former and possibly future president won't even be able to vote for himself in November? Nah, says Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. One way or another, Trump will get cast his vote. So you can see the tweet or the X from Ron DeSantis. It says former President Donald Trump hasn't lost his voting rights in Florida. Rights are not removed in Florida where they haven't yet been stripped in the convicting jurisdiction. That said, given the absurd, keyword is absurd, nature of the New York prosecution of Trump, this would be an easy case to, and what's that? Easy case to, let's see, where is it? Read more. Let's read, shall we read more? Anyway, you can go and look at his tweet. Basically saying that he should be able to vote. The bottom line is that Trump vote this November will be one of millions that demonstrate Florida is now a solid Republican state. In other words, Trump hasn't lost his right to vote in New York and might not ever in New York. Even felons can vote as long as they are not incarcerated. So he hasn't lost his right to vote in Florida, and even if he were somehow stripped of his right to vote in New York without being incarcerated, the Florida Clemency Board, which DeSantis chairs, would restore that right. From a practical standpoint, Trump's virtually assured of a Florida win in November, even if he, for some reason, wasn't allowed to vote for himself. He won the state by 1.2 points in 2016 and almost 3.5 times that in 2020, and is leading by as much as 11 points in 2024 polling. Still, one suspects the former president will take great pride in formally casting another vote for himself come November and will be able to do so. His one-time fierce primary opponent has made that perfectly clear. So, what do you think, people? How slimy are these and evil are these people? They will go to any lengths. I fear, I don't know who said this. I heard one person say that the only last resort is, I don't even want to say it out loud, is assassination. And let's hope it doesn't get to that, because I know that this might sound like hyperbole, but for sure it's not hyperbole. If you think that civil war is right now, let me put it this way: we are in a cold civil war. If they did something like that, it would go beyond being a cold civil war. Are you understanding me?
Random thoughts, politics,